The topic that sounds so easy but can be very tricky at times is punctuations. To get these questions right, you have to make sure you know the rules of punctuations. The most important thing to remember here is that you cannot apply rules of spoken language to written language. To get these questions right, you only need to know the rules. Let's try to understand this using an example from one of the college board mocks. This question can be a very good example for us to understand how the punctuations work. Let's read the question first. It says, which choice completes the text so that it conforms to the conventions of standard English? Now, in this question, we are not just focusing on which one is the right answer. We'll try to understand each and every punctuation used in the entire paragraph. So let's read the sentence, the paragraph. Joshua Hinson, comma, the first punctuation we have here, director of the Language Revitalization Program of the Chickasaw Nation in Oklahoma, and the comma here. And next we have helped produce the world's first indigenous language instructional app. So our independent clause, let's say, ends here. Till here we have an independent clause. Let's see the two commas, which function do they have. So here, after the second comma, we have a verb, helped. And the subject is who helped produce? Joshua Hinson helped produce. It means the two commas before director and after Oklahoma are separating the extra information or the non-essential or the additional information in a sentence. The main sentence can be read as Joshua Hinson helped produce the world's first indigenous language instructional app. So all the information between two commas we can ignore. That's what the appositive phrase can be done with. So you can separate the appositive phrase or the non-essential information using either two commas, two dashes, or the parenthesis. Right. The next punctuation we have here is an apostrophe. Now, this apostrophe is indicating position. If you're using an apostrophe along with a pronoun, that indicates position. So what does world possess? World possess first indigenous language instructional app. So whose first indigenous language instructional app we are talking about? We are talking about the world's first indigenous language instructional app. And here we have another comma, and this comma is separating the modifier. Chickasaw Basic. I'm taking the word from the answer choice because all the answer choices have same word, Chickasaw Basic. So let's write that word for clarity. Chickasaw Basic. I'm not using any punctuation there because all answer choices have different punctuations. So we'll try to understand which punctuation goes, or do we really require any punctuation there. Okay, so let's continue. After helped produce the world's first indigenous language instructional app, we have a comma here, Chickasaw Basic. And then we have four answer choices. Two answer choices are using semicolon, two answer choices are using a comma after basic. So let's see what do we require here. Now, after in option A and B, after basic, we have in 2009. In all answer choices, we have in 2009. Now here, semicolon is making it something wrong here. So if you're using a semicolon here in 2009, Chickasaw TV in 2010, again semicolon, because here we have a semicolon, this semicolon cannot be removed. One hint I would like to give you, if you're using and after semicolon, it means we are separating list of items using semicolons. So when do we separate list of items using semicolons? When the list already contains commas. Now here, the comma is there after Chickasaw TV in 2010. This comma we have here, it means we are separating multiple lists or those items which already have commas. It means options A and B cannot be our answers because these semicolons are interrupting the list. Here we need a comma. As we have comma here in 2010, it means we need comma in 2009, before in 2009 as well. So semicolon before in 2009 would be definitely incorrect. So options A and B would be eliminated. Now, here we have a semicolon after 2010. Here we have a list of items where comma is already there. It means we need a semicolon after 2009 as well. So option D has to be incorrect here because option D doesn't have a semicolon after 2009. The right answer has to be option C. So here the list we have, I'm highlighting those items using different colors. Let's have a look. So the first list is the world's first. Okay, so that is your modifier, the world's first indigenous language instructional app, and the first item in the list is, I'm putting yellow mark there, Chickasaw Basic in 2009. The second item we have, I'm changing the color now, an online television network, Chickasaw TV in 2010. And the last item we have here is a Rosetta Stone language course in Chickasaw in 2015. These three items we are separating using semicolons. So understanding the use of every punctuation mark is very essential here. If you make mistake at any place, there are chances that you might get the wrong answer. So make sure you read the entire sentence and understand each item in the list.